Hi guys. I'm submitting my project on a video because right now I'm on a plane to Oklahoma to go see my kid graduate. Actually, I get to spend all day with him tomorrow, and then he graduates on Friday. So, most of you guys have been with me through this journey, and you know that it's been pretty. The longest, shortest 10 weeks of my life. But I'm so excited that I get to go see him. And I am sad that I'm missing being in class with all of you and watching your projects because we've worked so hard for this. And I just want to say thank you to Dr. Gigi for allowing me to submit my final project through video and showing it to you guys tonight so I can sort of be part of it tonight too. And I promise I will watch the recording because I want to see how amazing you guys have done. And also, congratulations for making it through this semester. It's been brutal and we did it. So let's celebrate. And with that, I'm going to tell you all about my little guy. So I chose a student of mine who I got in November. And he's a 4-year-old sweet little boy who shows interest and excitement in learning. He shows that he can play or stay engaged with preferred activities. He loves music and art. He likes playing with his toys like the dinosaurs and the fire trucks, and he can do that for up to 15 minutes. He also loves to interact and play with his classmates, and he seeks them out and is like, come on, let's play. It's pretty cool. He can follow one-step instructions like hang up your backpack, wash your hands, get your chair, those kind of things. And he does it really well. He's starting to follow some two-step commands also, but he's got the one-step mastered. He can answer questions verbally by saying yes or no, nodding his head yes or no, and his favorite, and the one that we've been doing most recently, is giving a thumbs up or down, which he loves. He gives you a big smile and a thumbs up. It's pretty awesome. When this assignment began, he had extremely limited speech, and was just beginning to say phrases like "mommy look," only it sounded like "nanny look," or "hey, hey, hey." Everything was "hey, hey, hey." Now he talks all the time and he speaks in full sentences, which is funny because, it's so short and it's just, he's come such a long ways. And I'm kind of thinking this might need to be his new PBIS plan. No, just kidding. We are celebrating the fact that he's talking, but he talks all the time. We love it. So he demonstrates aggressive behavior on an average of 4 times in 1 hour. And this was mostly observed through distance learning, but we do see it in the classroom as well. Some examples of his target behaviors include hitting, kicking, scratching, throwing objects, yelling no, crying and eloping the area. And since we started doing the PBIS project, and just fairly recently, like within the last week or so, he's actually started banging his hands on his desk and screaming no, 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 and then he holds his hands up and cries ouchie and wants your attention. These occur when a preferred activity has ended and a transition is coming, or when he's denied access to something he really wants. He also does this when he wants to make a choice, like the total target behaviors. He wants to do this when he's making a choice and it's not his turn to choose, or when he's trying to gain attention from somebody, or avoid an activity. So it's kind of a broad spectrum of how we see and where we see these behaviors. Circle time in both distance learning and in the class tends to be where we see the most behaviors because he wants to make all the choices and do all the interactive parts of the circle. And art was his second most challenging time because he wants to paint or glue the toys rather than doing it on the project. And redirection or correction makes him upset. So since coming into the classroom for in-person learning, we've seen some of these behaviors decrease. We haven't seen him scratch or kick anyone like he did with mom. And like he used to attack mom all the time. It was really sad. The plan was implemented using first then cards, using a visual schedule and timers to give transitional warnings. And then he would start to yell, hey, 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 and hit us. Or when he would. We would respond by saying teacher and then teaching him how to gently pat our hands to get our attention. And for 4 days, we allowed him to make all the choices during circle time to test our hypothesis to see if he hits when he wants to make the choices or to gain attention. And we saw a significant decrease in the target behaviors. So for this one, I would say that he was hitting to gain attention for sure, or to make the choices. He When he does get upset and he bangs his hand on the desk to avoid the tasks, no attention has been given to him in response to his hitting. A break card is shown to him. The verbal prompt is used, you need a break. And then a timer is set for 2 minutes with no demands placed on him. When the break is over, he's given the choice of what part of the task he wants to do first. Like, he's still going to do it, but he gets to choose. For example, do you want to glue the T first or his ears? For the last project, we made a T as for tiger. Or, oh, you want the fire truck? First, we need to do your file folder. And this has been working with great success. Let's see. He's been working, excuse me, it has been working. And we've seen a decrease of target behaviors from 4 in 1 hour to 4 in 1 day, maybe. And sometimes we have 0 behaviors for, several days in a row. However, our distance learning days are still really hard for him and for mom. And mom bears the brunt of his frustration because, again, in circle time, like, he'll find his name and he'll point to it, but it's not his turn. And so he'll get frustrated and he will hit her. Or then when it is his turn, he refuses to answer because he's already pointed to the name during the other's turns, and he feels like he got ignored. I do feel like coming into the classroom has decreased his frustration levels because he gets to play, he gets to be around kids, he gets to be around the teacher, he gets to make choices, he's doing all the things that he loves to do, and it's fun in our classroom, so he's thriving. So in this case, I'm not really sure if it's correlation or causation, but definitely coming into the class has been a huge benefit to him, and we've seen the decrease in most of his behaviors for the most part. But I am thinking that this intervention strategy is working for him, because when we do see the behaviors happen, he's easily redirectable for the most part, and he's not hitting or kicking, and the intensity is really not as bad. And we're not even really seeing him run away from the area either. So it shows me that the intervention strategy is working, and the first then card works really well with him because he can see what he has to do first and then what he gets in return. So what we're going to do in the future is, as the behaviors continue to decrease, we won't have to collect data as much, right? And we'll be able to observe if our strategies are working. But if new behaviors start or the current ones increase, we will do a new set of ABC data, do another scatter plot, and then we'll do frequency or incident data. So we'll hash mark every time it happens to see where the new trigger is happening and what's causing them. And that way we can get to the function of his behavior. So overall, I really feel like this project was really great for us because we were able to see him on a different level, and we were actually able to strategize and get some good data going and to decrease his behaviors. So that's what I have, and I'm really excited that it did work. I know that it's not always going to work, but again, if things arise, we know how to take the data. We know that this plan is working, so we can modify and make changes as needed to fit his needs. So with that, I'm finished, and I'll see you guys next semester. Have a great one. Bye, guys.